My name is Daniel Curcio, reporting from the Devil's Advocate, asking people the question that has been plaguing HHS: is water wet?
No, water is not wet, but it gets people wet.
Yes, because when you jump in the pool, your clothes get wet, and then you get out and you're wet, so water is wet.
Water is not wet because water is a substance that makes you wet.
Is water wet?
Yeah, it's water.
Is water wet?
Yes, water's wet. I've been told that since I was in the womb.
In my opinion, I don't think that water is wet. There are solids, gases, and liquids, and only solids can be considered wet, so.
Water is not wet. Water, when you're inside water, it's just you submerged in neutrons and electrons. And when you step out of the water and you see the drips of water dripping off you, that's how you know you're wet.
Is water wet?
It ain't dry, I can tell you that.
Water's not wet. Water makes things wet, but water itself is not wet.
Bro, is water wet?
Water's wet. It's simple. What is it not? What is it then? What is it then? If it's not wet.
Do you believe water is wet?
Let me ask you this question. Does a fire burn or it gets burnt?
It burns.
Yes. Fire don't get burnt, it burns. So it's the same thing water. Water doesn't get wet, it does the wetting.
It absolutely is, because a lot of people want to make the argument that if you're fully submerged in water, you're not wet, but if you're fully submerged in air, does that mean you're not dry?
People who believe that water isn't wet are dumb, because obviously water is wet. If you get out of the pool, you're wet. You're in water, it's wet. If you can feel it, it's wet. It's wet. If you don't think it's wet, you're literally stupid.
I don't wet isn't like a I don't know. Yeah, it's wet. Yeah. Cuz if it makes stuff wet, then obviously it's bro, I don't know, bro.
So there you have it, folks. The debate rages on. My name is Daniel Curcio, reporting from the Devil's Advocate.